So I got a package today, and I just wanted to say thank you to Primal Punch for the contest, for the workout, for the package, for everything. Brother, that's awesome. And I'm telling you, that workout is really, I can already tell the difference. So thank you a lot. Thanks. It's awesome. So I just wanted to make sure that you knew that I appreciated it, and that's why it's the first thing I'm going to say in this video. Here we go. Looks like I think this is the Super Tommy Knocker. This thing is awesome. Seriously. I don't know how he makes these. I have no clue. I know that he makes them, and I know that they're awesome. If you can talk him into getting one, or however, do it. Seriously, do it now. I mean, this thing is awesome. Just the power. Well, I'll show you a few things later on. Next up is the Savage Science of Street Fighting. When I saw the two books, I actually wanted this one. This is the one I actually wanted of the two. Basically because my grandfather was a bare-knuckle boxer in logging camps. And I remember things of how he would move. Just, even as an old man, even as an 80-year-old man, he still moved. Well, you could tell he still had it, you know. So that's why I'm really excited to. I flumped through this book a little bit. I mean, there's a few things. Let me see if I can find. Yeah, there we go. Just, it's got some very cool drawings to give you a good idea of stances and timing and everything, so it's very cool. So definitely I will be enjoying reading this. Yeah, seriously, thanks, brother. This is actually probably going to help me quite a bit, because you know, I never once said that I was the greatest striker on the planet. So if I can learn how to do some boxing with everything else that I do, man, that's just something else that's going to be another little toolkit, another tool in my kit, if it were, as it were. Desperate Measures. I have never seen this movie before, ever, so I'll give it a shot. It says a solid suspense thriller, Bruce Williamson, Playboy. Well, if Playboy gives it a good review. The First Knife. Trade Primos. I love these little blades. I do. I know I've already got one. You know what? I don't care. I still love this. I love these things. They are great patch knives. Now, what do I define as a patch knife? For those of you who are not black powder shooters and haven't done the Civil War reenactments and stuff like that, a patch knife is pretty much anything with a blade, I don't know, less than 2 to 3 inches. And the reason why they call them patch knives is because you would actually have to cut your own patches for your flintlock, or for your firearm, and you would have to cut your own patches out of cotton or whatever else, so that you can run that down the barrel on top of your shot load or your or your ball load, so that. All right, this is another fine example of a nice patch knife. It's a small patch knife. It's even smaller than the Trade Primos, as you can tell, but smaller means it's easier to handle when you're doing a carving or willing test. So it's a smaller blade for carving or willing or anything like that is actually a safer one. It's also more controlled, so that's a good thing. So, thanks, brother. I got 2 really cool platch knives. Okay, the next thing is the strop. This thing is awesome, from what I can see already. Oh yeah, it's definitely going in the pack for sure. It's thanks, brother. I mean, this is gonna help me quite a bit, because that's one of the things that you do when you're sitting around camp is you're gonna want to sharpen your blades and stuff. So thanks. Oh, by the way a strop works is that your edge, from overtime and overuse, sometimes it'll curl up one side or the other over your bevel, and if you take that edge and you run it down the strop, it'll start bending that metal that was bent over. It'll start straightening it out. Okay, so that's what a strop is designed for. So, and that's why people use a strop. Okay. Last but not least is the Snagit 2.0 Snag Crudo. Okay. I love this sheath. It's actually a lot better constructed than what I thought it would be. As far as the snag, as far as the sheath, and as far as the knife, and as far as everything, it's a lot better constructed than I thought it was. Kudos. Especially thank you, Primal Punch, for everything. But onto this. So it's better than what I thought it would be. Took a little bit of getting used to figure out, you know, how the sheath likes to be drawn and undrawn, and you know, stuff like that. Let's go into the pros and cons of this thing. Okay, I have big hands. I have huge hands. Okay, so this is a bit small for me. I actually like it, and here's why. In this grip, of course, you've got good fine detail cutting. So this would be good for most of your survival or detail cutting tasks. So, yeah, okay, that's pretty cool. So for that, that'd be a decent little neck knife, just for this cutting portion here alone. If I flip this thing over, now I got something. See? Because now I've got a big old chunk of steel right there to hit with. Boom. Alright? I've also, see this back end here? I've got a wicked point right there. I can just reach in. I don't even have to stick it in far. And now I can just rip. The other thing that this is great for is if I use it like this. Not in a self-defense thing. Not what you're thinking. Here's why. Let me get some of this stuff out of the way. So let's say I've got a recently killed deer, right? I'm just going to use my strop here just to give you an idea of what this can be used for. So, of course, you got to make your starting cut. Okay. But now that you've got your starting cut, see how I can use this back end here to kind of rock up? So I can literally use it to rock up. And I can use it to skin my animal like this. And because I have such a control over this point, and I have such a leverage by rocking it up, I'm nowhere near bringing that point towards the guts. Now, a lot of you may not know this, so I'm going to go ahead and help you. If that point gets in the guts and it spills the bowels into your meat, guess what? That deer that you spent however long hunting, you just tainted all your meat, man. You just tainted your meat. So now you can't eat that meat. That sucks. Because you couldn't control the point of your blade. Right now, it doesn't really matter. Because hell, we can always go to the grocery store. In the days that may be a-coming, may not be able to do that. So it's going to be really important to be able to control that point. And that's what this thing is really good for, is because it really gives me control of that point as I'm going along skinning that animal. Okay? That's what it's really good for me. Over the Super Tommy Knocker with you a little bit. Thing about this thing is, it's a semi-flexible weapon, so you're going to want to use it like you would a flexible weapon. Good thing about it is it's got this carabiner, so I like to tuck my last two fingers right in it. Okay. Then take my other three and wrap it around that knob. And now I've got a good grip on this thing. And I've got longer reach now. Okay? Instead of just grabbing it like this, if I do it like this, now I've got a little bit longer reach. Now granted, it's only about an inch, inch and a half. But sometimes that inch, inch and a half is the difference between hitting them and missing them. So, something to be thinking of. So, to just go off of the simple, basic, flexible weapon stuff, we're just going to have you start off with a simple figure eight. That's all. Okay? Now, if you want to catch it, okay, from the figure eight, look how I'm doing that, okay? Obviously, you're wanting to slow down, okay? You're wanting to slow the speed of this thing down when you're doing a stall or a catch from here. Now, this is similar to what you would use with a nunchaku. I'm not the greatest with a nunchaku, so, you know, there you go. But even with it stalled or caught under the armpit here, you can just snap it right on out. So how that works is I'm going to begin my body weight moving forward. Okay? Everything comes off of a body weight. If you're a bigger guy, you're going to use your body weight. That's what you want to use. Okay? That's one of the good things about being a bigger guy, is you can use your body weight to help you. Okay? So that's what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to throw your body weight a little bit forward and just kind of explode forward and slam it down. Okay? So you're just snapping it out. Okay? That's all that's happening. And what happens is that this does that. Okay? So if you do practice this, you'll find that quick movement, it's got a lot of power behind it. Okay? So you've got the figure eight, you've got the catch here, you got the snap, and then after the snap, your arm's going to be down here. So you rotate it twice, bringing it up back to the shoulder, and now you can slam again and slam again. Okay? So it's just real simple stuff, but those two little catches and those two little stalls, if you will, one right behind the shoulder. Now if your thing is moved, if your Tommy knocker is really moving, you know, maybe you just want to put it up under the armpit just for a second so that you can rotate it back around the shoulder. Okay? But either way, you just want to do that real quick. Alright? But this shoulder is a great way to stall it for just now, so that then you can set up for the next powerful move. Okay? So that's something. to think of. Also a flexible weapon whenever it's out in a continuous thing like this. It's a target. Your opponent can try to time it and try to catch it. But if you've got it back, it's very deceptive because he doesn't know when it's going to come out and hit him. Okay? He doesn't know when it's going to launch. So I would advise to have it back behind here, you know, possibly have it up under your armpit or something so that, boom, okay? So that your opponent won't be expecting it right then, you know what I mean? And just keep on practicing with it. Everything's all practice, practice, practice. You know, even if it doesn't look like what some other guy says it's a good idea, you know, if it works, that's the litmus test. Does it work? If it works and it's logical, give it a shot. If it doesn't work and it isn't logical, then don't give it a shot. Knocker, man, this new and improved Tommy knocker, whew, I didn't want to get hit by the first one. I really don't want to get hit by this one. This one, wow. I think this is the rebar one because, whew, good night, that's powerful. So anyway, thanks guys. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate your views. I appreciate your time. Defend your homes wisely.